Welcome back to the Flow Sports Show. We're talking more netball with Hannah Loller, the Vice President of the River Murray Netball Association. Hannah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Always a pleasure, Dan.
I trust round one was a lot of fun and successful in your league. How did everything go?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was lots of excitement, I believe, down at Tintinara with the Coorong Cats launching their club. It felt like a grand final. People everywhere, official launches, politicians, and just a really good time was had by all there. And the Storm launched their colours. Everyone looked fabulous in their new gear, and they played some pretty good netball out there as well.
Beautiful. Sounds like a good time. Well, you say the Coorong Cats had all the politicians and everyone out. Felt like a grand final. So why don't we start with that game and work our way up? So Coorong went down to the Southern Suns.
They did. The Suns have done an amazing job in recruiting in the off-season, and I believe Olivia Clark, who's the partner of one of their footballers, was exceptional in defence, and young Bailey Vogt played her best game of netball, I believe, and were just too good for the Cats. Holly Hughes, their captain, fought hard as we expected her to, and young Dallas Merry had a great contest against the ever good Beck Oakley. But yeah, no, the Cats didn't make it, and I think the Suns have stamped their mark as a really good finals contender for the year.
Suns winning that one 58-34, and the Mallee Storm in their first game got the win 49-30 over Tailem Bend. How did that one go down?
Yeah, that was a great, tough physical game. It was Shaylin Paik looking fit and ready for the court, and as the coach teamed up really nicely with Maddie Farley. They had Kiara Paik both in goals and running the centre there for a little bit, and young Jess Kerr were just dominant through the middle, and they had a good win, 49-30. What was great was seeing the following Storm had really good cheering from the sidelines, and a huge number of people to get around their girls. That also had a great win in their Inters 1 and Sub-Junior 2s, which is really good for the club and reward for all the effort they've put in the off-season.
And it was the Imperials stamping their mark on the league for a new season with a 75-42 win over the Ramblers. Yeah,
they did. They showed their class and the training they've been doing with the footballers, and yeah, probably that not taking home the premiership last year has given them that extra spring in their step to take to the court, and 75-42 win there.
Imperials hungry to go one step further this year, and in the last game of the round, Maipalonga 54 over Jervois 40.
Yeah, I actually think Jervois will be pretty happy with this. I believe the first quarter was really tight, and both teams had some really good accurate shooting and great speed and control. Maipo pulled away in the last quarter as their new team settled under their new coach for a 54-40 win.
And Mannum had the bye in round one. Looking on to round two, they'll be opening up their season at home against the Coorong Cats.
They will indeed, and this is so it's part of the Anzac round this week for the RMNA. So over at Mannum, they have both an Anzac match and they do a special. There's some special medals handed out across netball as well, being Anzac round. But the Roo girls will be very eager to get their season underway. Mannum's a great blend of experience, talent, and some really good up-and-coming young talent as well. So you've got people like Kelly McGorman and Tracy Dabinet, I know, named in the side this week. And then your bench who have played for, probably decades, and that's a fair comment. And then you've got some really young, vibrant sort of talent coming up, such as Piper Wegner and Brianna Griffiths, who are named on the bench. So it'll be great to see that blend take on the Cats, and I think they'll be too strong for them and have a good win on home court.
Southern Suns taking on Tailem Bend as well in this round. Who do you think will win that one?
Yeah, I think it's there's a wedding on that's potentially taking a few Suns players out. So if that happens, it might be hard to pick, but I think on paper the Suns will get that win back at their Pinaroo courts. But Talem's looking forward to taking the trip out to Pinaroo and experiencing what they have on offer.
Interesting, might be a few of the B graders getting a run in the A grade, which is good to see if there is that wedding going on. And we've also got the Mallee Storm taking on Jervois.
Yeah, I think this is the Storm will be up and about with their first home game that's going to be played at Peak. Jervois only losing by 14 to Maipo. That bodes really well for them. I think the Storm in their first home game and the confidence out of next week might just get over the line in a tight one.
And the Ramblers have the bye in round 2, so the last game of the week will be the Imperials taking on Maipalonga.
Yeah, so I think this is the match of the round. This is the rematch of the grand final last year. And I think it'll be a really fast, contested netball game. I think Kelly Altman in centre there for Maipo and the new coach. It'll be really good to see how they settle. I think Imps may just take this one until Maipo settles their new team, but it could go either way. But be great netball, so if anyone's free on Saturday, find their way over and watch the Imps and Maipo game. It should be a ripper.
Should be. And you mentioned Mannum hosting that Anzac Day game. Are any of the other 3 games having any Anzac Day festivities, any best on ground medals or anything like that?
Yeah, so all of the games will have, so all games played will have an Anzac medal awarded this week, but there'll also be another awarded next week when Ramblers play as well, to make sure all clubs get the opportunity to compete for the Anzac medal. So it should be, there'll be, whether it's all done together, there may be some clubs are choosing to do a service over at their courts, and some will be doing it combined with their football. But it'll be a really good week where we can reflect and honour soldiers who have displayed their courage in the face of adversity and gone to war for our freedoms. And our netballers will be battling it out for a medal which sort of reflects the spirit of the Anzac in the A-grade matches.
Love to see Anzac Day being honoured in our local sport. Hannah, thank you so much for joining us and giving us the wrap of the league. Enjoy the netball this weekend, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Will do. See you next week, Dan. Bye.